Hello everyone. In this video, we are going to solve some practice questions on arithmetic operators and relational operators. In the last video, we already have started discussing the operators topic, right? And we have covered first symbolic operators, where we are using the different symbols to perform the operations, okay? So let's take one quick recap of arithmetic and relational operators, and then we will solve all the different practice questions on arithmetic and relational operators. So I'm going to open the online compiler over here. See, in arithmetic operator, we have a plus operator first. So if I write 5 plus 5, let me minimize this. What will be the output if I run the code? See, I'll click on run. I'm getting 5 plus 5. The result is 10. So we are learning relational database. MySQL is a relational database. So output will be always in a table format only. So that's why this is your table format and this is the column name. If you want to display some other column name, just write the column aliasing here as result. Okay. As addition result, I will write as addition result. Now, if space you are using in column aliasing, then this backtick is must to use. So now I am going to click run. See, we are getting the addition result. In the similar way, we will display the subtraction result as well. 10 minus 5 as in backtick, I am going to write it as subtraction result like this. Now we are going to run this code. See, subtraction result I am getting. In the similar way, we will use multiplication also. So select 10 multiplied by 10 as, I'll just write it here as mul result, means multiplication result. Okay. In the similar way, I will write select 10 divided by 2 as, here I'll just write division result. Division result. Okay. So now I am going to run this code. So you will be getting addition result, then you will be getting subtraction result. Just wait for a minute. It might be loading. So you can see here we got the output for all of them. Okay. Whenever we are performing division in MySQL, the result always be in float. Okay. So that's why we are getting like this. Okay. So these all are your arithmetic operator. So in recent interview, what they asked to predict the output for this. Select 10 divided by 2 adds div. What will be the output for this? You might be thinking, ma'am, 10 by 2 is 5. The column name, it will display as a div. Now, in this column aliasing, we don't have any space. So, if we are not using backtick also, it's fine. Correct? But actually, this will give an error to you. Because in MySQL, this div is reserved keyword, guys. This div is reserved keyword. If you write division, something like this. So, now if I run the code, see, I'm getting division and the same result. But if you try to give div as a column name, that's the reserved keyword. For example, 10, here I'll just write div of 2. So I'll just write it here, directly print this. So I'm going to run this code. Can you see 10 div of 2 is 5. So if you don't want the output in float, if you want it in integer, make use of this keyword, guys, div keyword instead of this. Are you understanding the difference? Okay, this is the difference. Here also I will remove this aliasing. In the first case, I have used 10 by 2. In the second case, I have used 10 div keyword to perform the division. Div keyword will give you the integer result, okay, if possible. And your symbolic div operator will give you always the result in float. 10 by 2. 10 is completely divisible by 2. Still it is giving you the floating number. But if 10 is completely divisible by 2 in case of this div keyword, you will be getting integer value. So type the same code and verify the output in your system as well. So these are your arithmetic operator. Along with that, we have seen the modulo as well. Select. Let's say 10 modulus of 2. What do you think 10 modulus of 2? The result will be? What modulus return? Modulus will always return the remainder. Okay. So now if we scroll, see the remainder is 0. Okay, because 10 is completely divisible by 2, guys. If you write 3, then the remainder will be 1. So we got it 1. 3 3s are 9. So remaining is 1. So modulus will always return the remainder. Okay. Okay, understood. After that, we have seen the relational operator. See how to give the comments? Double hyphen space. Then write relational operators. Relational operators will always returns the output in true or false. For example, if I ask my DBMS 10 greater than 2, true or false, guys? Is 10 greater than 2? Yes. So your MySQL will represent true value as a 1. Okay, your MySQL will represent true value as 1 and false value as a 0. These are the representations. These are the Boolean equivalent integer value for true and false. Equivalent integer for Boolean true is 1. Equivalent integer for Boolean false is 0. So is 10 greater than 2? Yes. True it is. 10 is greater than 2. So you will get 1 in the output. Can you see over here? Now, like that we have a less than also. Is 40 less than 100? I am telling select 40 less than 100. Is 40 less than 100? What do you think, guys? Yes, right? So what it should return? It should return true. So let's check. 1 it will return instead of true. If you tell 40 is less than 10, what it will return? It will return false because 40 is not less than 10. So now if we check, see 40 less than 10, false. Equivalent integer value for false is 0. So your relational operator greater than, less than, greater than equal to, less than equal to, not equal to, everything will return the result either in true or false. For example, if I write it here, select 40 is greater than or equal to 40. Is this a result true or false? 1 or 0? I am telling 40 is greater than or exactly equal to 40. So 40 is equal to 40, no? So it should return true. If I tell over here, no, 40 is less than or exactly equal to 40. So result is again true only because 40 is equal to 40, right? Okay. So these are your greater than, less than symbols, greater than equal to and less than equal to symbols. Okay. Next we have seen equal to also. Select. Is a 30 equal to 30? What do you think, guys? Correct, no. 30 is exactly equal to 30. So true. So here, instead of giving true, what output we are getting? Instead of true, we are getting 1. Because 30 is equal to 30. Here, what output we are getting? Is 40 less than equal to 40? Yes, it is equal to 40. So instead of 2, we are getting 1. Here, what will be the output? I am telling 40 is less than 10. 40 is greater than 10, right? So here we will write false. So equivalent integer for false is 0. 10 is greater than 2. Condition is true. So equivalent value is 1. So can you check over here, guys? From the beginning, 10 is greater than 2. For this, we got 1. Next, 40 is less than 10. 40 is less than 10. For this, we got 0. Next 1 and next. See, in MySQL, we don't have equal to as a comparison operator. No. We have a single equal to. In programming language, this is your assignment operator. In MySQL, this is your comparison operator. You can call it as a relational operator or you can call it as comparison operator. Comparison operator. Why comparison operator? Because you are comparing one value with another value. Is 10 greater than 2? Is 10 equal to 2? Is 10 less than 2? Is 30 is exactly equal to 30? So we are comparing the values and the result will always be in yes or no, in true or false. That's all. Yes means true, no means false. Now I will write it here. Select. Is 40 not equal to 50? What do you think, guys? I am telling here 40 is not equal to 50. So I'm true, right? So the output here will be true, equivalent value is 1. So really, let's check it out, the output. I'll run this. Can you see 40 is not equal to 50? Result is true. Yes, 40 is not equal to 50, guys. Okay. For not equal to, one more operator we have. Either you can write like this, or we have one more symbol. Select. 40 is not equal to 50. Like this also we can write. This is also one of the symbol for our not equal to operator. Okay. Just a minute. I'll just drag it over here. We'll run this. See what I'm getting? 40 is not equal to 50. Yes, 40 is not equal to 50, guys. Clear, everyone? These are your relational operator. See, relational operator. We are checking the relation between two operands. Arithmetic operator. We are performing the operations. We are returning some result. Do remember these two different types of operators. Okay. Here I'll just give the heading arithmetic operators. You no need to write anything in the notebooks, guys. All these instructions, whatever we have executed, the queries, whatever we have executed, you will be getting here in the notes. Okay. First, here I have explained what are operators, arithmetic operator. These are relational operator. Okay. This example use case, instead of this, I'm going to paste these all queries which I have executed just now. Okay. Okay. See, these are the queries which we have executed upon arithmetic operator, and this we have executed based on relational operator. Okay. On the next page also you have some queries. So you can collect it from here. First learn the concept, read the theory. After that execute these queries. And once you are comfortable, then start with this practice questions. Okay. So let's start now. I don't think so you will be having any doubt over here. Okay. So let's start solving the questions. What kind of questions they might ask you in the interviews? Let's start. First, we have to create this table. So copy this statement from the document. You will be getting in the description. Control A, paste it here. Run the code, your table will be ready. Okay. So here I am going to write select all the details from student table. So I'll run the code. Let me check what happened. Students table, it seems. Okay, my bad. Students table. So this is your students table, guys. Okay. So now we have to write the queries based on this table. So let's see the requirement. In the student table, we have ID, name, math marks, and science marks. So student name, student ID, and 2 subject marks we have stored into the table. Okay. What is the question number 1? Let's solve the question number 1. We have to write a query to show total marks for each student. Total marks means math plus science. For example, they are asking us to select. What to select we will discuss later. From students table. But we have to select total marks for each student. So we will display all details of student and their total marks, not separate marks. Okay. So see here, show the total marks for each student. So I'm going to write the query like this. See, select. What to select? ID you have to select. Name of the student you have to select. So if I run this much of query, ID and name I got it. Now I want to display the sum of science marks plus math marks. So here I will display what is science marks? Science marks plus math marks. So now if I run the code, see, this is the sum of science and math marks as a total. As a total marks we will display like this. That's all, guys. This is your query. So can you see, this is the ID, this is the name, and the total marks for each student they asked. So they haven't asked like only for Bob, only for Alice. No, they asked for each student. So where condition we will not use. As simple as. Okay. So is the first answer clear to all? So this is the answer of our first question. So let me paste the answer. or the answers I have given here, guys. So this is the answer for our question number 1. What happened? Okay, let it be. You will get the answers over here. See, select ID also we have selected, comma, name, math marks as a total marks from student table. Now question number 2, guys. Display the math marks subtracted by science marks for each student. We have to display math marks minus science marks. So this science marks I will copy. Math marks minus science marks, as we will write it here, subtracted marks. For each student they ask, so I will not use where clause. So see, these are the results of math marks vaja minus science marks. Okay? Do remember this. So this is the answer for our next question. Isn't it easy, guys? Yes, right? So if we solve more questions like this, automatically we will become expert, guys. Okay. So here you can see, we will display ID and name of the student, math marks minus science marks as a difference. Okay, the column name they want it as a difference. Column name you can decide if they have not mentioned properly in the question. Whatever you want, you can give it, guys. Okay, that's not an issue. See the difference? We got it over here. Next question. Find the average marks of both subjects for each student. Now here directly I will discuss the answer. Average marks means sum total divided by the count of subjects. Okay. So you can see name of the student, math marks plus science marks divided by 2 as a average marks. So what changes we have to do over here? Math marks plus science marks. See, total divided by 2. Why divided by 2? Because let's say you have these numbers 10, 20 and 30. How you will find the average of 10, 20, 30? 10 plus 20 plus 30. And last, you will divide this by 3. You will divide it by 3. So the total divided by the number, the count of numbers, 3. This is how we calculate the average, guys. So what is the total marks? Math plus science divided by 2 as average. That's all. See, we got the average of each marks for each student. Okay. Now next question. Question number 4. Show only the remainder when math marks are divided by 5. Okay. This is the name. This is the ID. If we divide math marks divided by 5. 5 only they have asked, right? Remainder we have to show. Okay, so modulus operator we have to use. Okay, and here I'll just write remainder. Now if I run the code, see, we are getting remainder. Okay, that's all, guys. This is the expected output. Okay, if you want to display the math score also, so you can display math marks also. So these are the math marks. So 85 divided by 5, modulus of 5 means divide by 5. It is completely divisible, so remainder is 0. So 56 by 5, remainder is 1. So this remainder we are displaying when we divide these numbers by 5. Okay? Okay. Now next question. Multiply math and science marks for each student. So simple question, guys. This is ID, this is name. So we have to multiply math marks with science marks as multiplication we will write. Now I am going to run the code. See, this is the multiplication of your maths and science marks for each student. Are you understanding? See, you will be having math marks, you will be having science marks. Okay. So now if I run the code, see, math marks, science marks. The multiplication of these two numbers, the result we have displayed here. Okay, so that is how we are checking for each student the multiplication of math marks and science marks. Do remember this. Okay. Okay. So what next? Let's see the next question. Relational operators now. List the students who scored more than 80 in math subject. Okay, so we have to display all details of students from your student table. All details of student from your student details table. But we have to pick only those students whose score is more than 80. I don't want all students. I need their all details. ID, name, math marks, science marks. See, all details means all columns. So I need all details, but not for each student, all students. Wherever. I will write wherever. What? What is the condition? I forget. Who scored more than 18 maths? Wherever math score is greater than 80. Only for those students you display all details. So see, we got Alice and Charlie. All details means all columns. Do remember this. Next. Find the students whose science marks are less than 18. Okay. So again, we have to display all details of students. ID, name, math marks, science marks. Wherever. What? Science marks are less than 60. Okay, we'll run the code. See, this is David whose science marks are less than 60. We got the result. That's all, guys. Next. Show the students whose maths and science marks are equal. Okay. So here only we will discuss. Question number 7 ka answers I have given. Question number 8. See. Select everything from student where math marks is exactly equal to science marks. So actually how this query works, see. If I execute the query without any condition, select everything from students table. So row by row you have to check. Is this 85 is equal to 75? No. Is this 56 is equal to 56? No. Okay. So we have to check wherever. You don't select all rows. Wherever math marks is exactly equal to science marks. Only select that row. So it will check. Are they both equal math science? No. Don't select. Are they equal? No. Are they equal? No. Are they equal? No. Are they equal? No. Nowhere it is equal. So your program did not output anything. Because nowhere your science and math marks are similar, guys. Okay. Now question number 8 is done. Question number 9. List the students who scored at least means minimum 17 math. Who scored minimum 17 math. Now we will run this. See, check the math score. Is it minimum 70? Yes, more than 70 it is, guys. So we should consider this. Is it minimum 70? Less than 70. So what condition we have to write? You select all details from students. All details means all columns, but not all rows. Wherever math marks minimum 70, right? Or 75. Let's check 70. Minimum 70 means greater than or equal to 70. If it is equal to 70, fine. If it is more than 70, then also fine. But minimum 70 I need. Like how in the interviews you sometimes use the word minimum 30, sorry, minimum 3 LPA package I need. If you get 4 LPA, you'll accept, no. So minimum means at least that value we need. If it is more than that, greater than that, then also it is accepted. But less than that, not allowed. Okay. Next, find the students who did not score exactly 70 in maths. Find the students who did not score exactly 17 in math. So check. Is math marks exactly 70? No. So select him. Select Alice and display in the output. Is this exactly 70? No. So select Bob and display in the output. Charlie ka score, is it exactly 70? No. So select Charlie and display in the output. So what condition I should write? I will write check math marks. If it is not exactly equal to 70, then you take it and display in the output. So see, we got all the details where maths marks is not 70. You can use not equal to like this, or you can use this operator also. Both are used for not equal to operator. So these are the practice questions on your arithmetic and relational operator. Answers I have given over here. Okay. So in the description, you will be getting the complete document. See, in the last video, we have discussed what is relational arithmetic, what are operators. In this video, we practiced with relational and arithmetic. In the next video, we will start exploring the keywords as an operator. Okay. So this is all about this video, guys. The document link you will be getting in the description. Practice with these operators and come for the next video where we will discuss the keywords as an operator. This is all about this video, guys. Thank you everyone and have a good day to all.